Joining us now on This Is the Day is Father José Luis Iriberri, and thank you so much for being with us, Father. You have written a book on the Ignatian Way, also a guide as well, and let's talk a little bit first, if we could, about the Ignatian Way. I know people might be familiar with the Camino de Santiago, but this is different. This is tell us a little bit about this particular Ignatian Way.
Yeah, the Ignatian Way is a deep experience of transformation that Saint Ignatius himself got 500 years ago. And now we are rediscovering again this experience. So we just thought that now that everyone is just saying, okay, let's go to a pilgrimage. I mean, the numbers are increasing every year. Almost, I would say, sometimes you say, well, you have not been in a pilgrimage. What's going on with you? What's wrong? So we say, let's take the image of Ignatius, his life, that it's something, well, it was transforming for himself, but for so many people, the universities, the schools, and everything. So let's take this experience and walk with Ignatius, this experience all along the north of Spain.
Wow. Now talk about the book itself, and I know there's a guide to this as well. Maybe if you could explain this and how they can help someone doing this pilgrimage there and at home.
Yeah, I would say that this one, the guide, we wrote that because we knew that the pilgrims, they need the steps, the distance, and very useful documentation about how you can walk this on your own if you want, or just coming with a group of friends or so. And we wanted from the beginning, because that was the Society of Jesus who wanted to link the experience with the spiritual exercises. We wanted to put at the end of the book, and this book and the other one as well, the guide for the spiritual transformation. So it's, you have here the prayers of every day, matched with the landscape that you are going to walk. So it's a wonderful guide just to walk the whole thing. And that one is about the experience. So it has been just so amazing how people that goes to the way and they walk, I would say 10 days, 15 days, the whole thing is going to be 1 month. But if you just come for 10 days or 15 days, the transformation, the liberation, the freedom that you experience just doing this walk. So we ask some of the parents, just please write something. And myself and Chris Loney, who knows very well the Ignatian spirituality, say, well, let's put together, because this is something that we can just convey to the people and talk to them. So it's a kind of saying, come to the Ignatian Way, because you are going to experience a freedom that perhaps never before you have experienced there.
Yeah, and you've done it a number of times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know, from the beginning I was the one who knew the way, because I was just writing the whole thing. So people start saying, oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I was the only one. So every year, the next year in 2019, I have already 10 different groups from France, from Australia, from the States, from Singapore. They're just asking and say, hey, let's do it. So yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Now, do you discover something new every time you do it, or what's the experience like after you do it over?
Yeah,
and over?
That's a very good question. Actually, many pilgrims they say, so are you not bored to walk again the same thing? And it's true. I can say if this stone was there or not. So someone moved, so I put it again in the same place. So I know the way perfectly. But every pilgrimage is different, because the people is different. So the sharing, the experience is different. So for me, it's every pilgrimage is a new pilgrimage, and I enjoy so much just to go with the people and be someone who is living with them this experience. So I'm ready to do it. I mean, my body is here, so I can do it. So as much as we can.
Now, for someone who might not be able to get to the Ignatian Way, something like this, they can sort of journey with you through the book and read through this as well.
I think so. Yeah, really.
Talk about the experience of a pilgrimage itself, and how that can really enhance the faith life of someone taking a pilgrimage, and especially something like the Ignatian Way.
Yeah, I think that the point about the Ignatian Way is Saint Ignatius, really. So to know his life, autobiography, the spiritual exercises, you don't have to do the spiritual exercises before going to the walk, okay? But I have the experience of when I remember one man, big guy from Australia. We were walking together, and he was saying, Joseph, I've never thought that I could do this, because anytime I was thinking about going to the retreat house and prayer for a month to be there, that was too big for me. So no, I was not ready for that. But now we are walking together and we are experiencing the spiritual exercises, the prayer, the silence, the walk. And now I think that I could do that. And actually he did. So when we finished the whole month of walking, he went back to Australia, to Melbourne. And after, I say, 6 months, 7 months, he was spending 1 month in a retreat house for the full experience. So it's, yeah, I mean, I think every kind of pilgrimage that you go deep inside is going to bring something new to your life. And perhaps your limits, even your spiritual limits, that you yourself, you are saying, well, I'm not ready for that, I'm not going to do that. And you discover, yes, I can do it. Yeah. So it's a freedom, it's a liberation, I think.
And we're just about out of time, but you mentioned a big anniversary coming up for,
yes.
And maybe if you could just say that.
Yeah, well, that will be the highest point. We expect that, because in 2021, 2022, it's going to be the 500 years of the conversion of St. Ignatius and his first pilgrimage. And that was something so big for the church, for the Catholic Church, that we expect that it's going to be big as well for us to celebrate this conversion, that just one man who changed his life and the life of myself and many, many other people.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Father, for being with us. Where can people get copies of these? Or
Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, just go to Amazon and then just Camino Ignatiano on the Ignatian Way, the guide of the Ignatian Way, and Amazon is ready to serve you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Father, for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
We're gonna